super excited about sharing with you the top 5 buyer mistakes that we encounter in our industry, both from a real estate and a mortgage broker perspective. Be sure to watch till the end of the video for all the rest of the notes and footnotes with respect to these items. Look forward to seeing you. Have a good one. Hey everybody, this is Jarek with Team YVR at Remax Quest Realty Westside, and this is Pauline Tonkin with Realtree Mortgages, and we're talking about our favorite top 5 mistakes that buyers make routinely. And so we just wanted to sort of share some of those with you. Pauline, do you want to go first, or should I?
Sure, yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, okay, yeah, there's definitely some things that are kind of common things that sometimes people make a mistake about. The first would be down payment. So it's important to know where your down payment's coming from, and if it's been a savings account, to have history of that. We need to show proof of the money. So sometimes people have it in multiple accounts and it can be problematic. So try to keep that simple. So get your down payment in order. The second thing is that sometimes people will get an accepted offer, will get financing in place, and then they decide to quit their job or change their job. That can be an issue because we've already qualified you based on that employment. It's been confirmed. So don't do that until after you've moved in. The third thing is that credit, the use of credit. It's not a good time after you purchase a place and you haven't moved in yet to start going out and buying lots of things and racking up your credit card, because again, we've approved you based on the debt that you have or don't have. So all of a sudden racking up debt is going to potentially cause an issue. The other thing is to watch your credit. So credit scores are, you know, they move around and they change over time. So if you've been doing anything like late payments or collections or anything like that, not paying parking tickets is a common one. So just keep your credit really clean because it is your identity, right?
And ideally do it in advance of the mortgage application.
Of course.
Maybe do it 6 to a year,
yeah.
6 months to a year in advance.
Exactly. It takes time, exactly. But credit can be pulled very close again to your completion date. They have the right to do that. So if all of a sudden it's been 3 months since you bought the place and now they pull credit again and there's an issue, that could be problematic as well. So those are probably the most common things that we see are potential areas where people need to be really, really aware and go over that with your mortgage broker well in advance of making the purchase.
And that is only 4, by the way. So the 5th one is, in my opinion,
okay.
I think the 5th one would be, you know, okay, go to your bank, sure, if you think
right.
you've got a spectacular relationship with your bank, but definitely get a second opinion, or have a broker procure a second opinion from a whole survey of possible lenders.
Yeah.
That can really tell you what you can qualify for, and maybe find some sort of surprises in your file, ideally in advance.
That's a really good one.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's great. That's absolutely right. We definitely recommend that you don't just don't just go one route and think that's it, because there's lots of options for you.
Always get a second opinion.
And what about you? What are the things that you find people?
So
the things that make you go crazy.
It depends on the season in terms of what's going on in the marketplace, but generally speaking, depending on the culture group that I deal with, selecting a qualified and experienced real estate agent. A lot of buyers have friends who give them advice at the dim sum table or the picnic table or the dinner table. And I would strongly recommend choose one that you're going to go, who's going to lead you, instead of having a committee, because at the end of the day, whoever's going to run that deal will have to be accountable for everything that you've done, instead of being accountable for all the other little pieces of advice that you've received. So ultimately the most trusted, capable agent. And that doesn't mean the cheapest agent or someone who's giving you a kickback, because oftentimes I've heard so many stories about things going sideways because of someone was giving me some money, so conflict of interest issues and so on and so forth. I would highly avoid this, especially as a buyer, who is someone who doesn't pay commissions at all anyway. Yeah,
I've heard that too. That's a really good point. Yeah.
It creates a whole bunch of little nuances to a relationship where people expect a little bit of money, and then they find out after the fact someone didn't do a good job, and so on and so forth. So definitely, in my opinion, a dedicated, loyal, committed, hardworking real estate agent with experience. Okay. The second one, don't compromise on what your musts are. There is something to be said about having broad criteria and so on, so that you don't limit yourself too much. But first and foremost, know what your musts are in your real estate transaction. If you're ultimately looking for more space, don't look back after you bought, realizing, oh my God, I bought a smaller unit than the one I have right now. What am I doing? Just because that kitchen was fantastic. So know what your ultimate musts are in a deal. And then third, don't constrain yourself too much. Sometimes I've worked with buyers who started out looking for something extremely specific, and it had to have a certain amount of space, and so they didn't even consider spaces that were bigger with one fewer bedroom, for instance, like an open concept loft space. They didn't have children, they didn't have really any clear reasons why they needed 2 bedrooms, but they just sort of thought they needed a 2-bedroom over 850 square feet. If you open some of those criteria up and expand your geography, you'd be pleasantly surprised in terms of what you can find out there. So don't limit yourself. So know your musts, but also don't necessarily stay limited to your musts in your list of criteria. 4, I understand that there's a lot of talk about this being a seller's market still, but just because you're writing an offer without subjects necessarily, don't limit yourself or shoot yourself in the foot by not inspecting the property and ultimately doing your diligence on the property itself. So yes, if you must compete with others, okay, I understand that, and we've done a tremendous amount of that together. However, you can still do your diligence on the property by contacting your broker first, making sure the building is not flagged, and reading through the documents and inspecting it. There's no reason why you can't do that without necessarily having it as a subject if you're competing with other offers at the same time. And 5th, which is really sort of a segue to what you were saying earlier, is by no means attempt to do all this by not speaking first and foremost to a qualified banker or mortgage broker who can navigate you among all these financial institutions first. Because you and I have encountered many times when clients call us a day before subject removal crying, saying, the bank that told me I'm qualified said they haven't even looked at my documents and I'm not. We've heard this time and time again, and I don't want that to be your experience. And so, a quick short summary of the top 5 things. I hope you enjoy them. We're going to make sure that they are sort of typed up for you on the screen so it's easy for you to keep notes. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact Pauline Tonkin or myself, Jarek Krasinski at Team YVR at Remax Quest Realty. We'd be happy to elaborate on any of these. Thanks so much, you guys. Talk to you soon.